Alright guys, we're back for another Edison format finals at Epic Cards and Games. We got a Diva Hero Beat mirror match between John Vigil on the left and Andy on the right. Now John's been on the channel a bunch of times. He's won 2 tournaments here on the channel. And Andy, I think, this is the first time he's made it to the finals, but he's made top 4 I think once or twice. I think once I remember he made the top 4. I think they're in Tengu Plant format, if I remember correctly. But anyway, let's see. John starts off by summoning Diva, upstart. So, the thing that it's weird about Hero Beat is that at my locals it does really, really well. But in like the bigger online tournaments and the big in real life tournaments, the deck just doesn't. It keeps getting second. It gets plenty of tops, but it just can't seem to win. And I don't know why. I think there's some problems with the deck, and you're gonna see it come up here in this finals. One of the reasons why I think the deck can't get first. Alright, so Andy starts off by summoning Gilman and sending 4. I thought he was about to flip trap dust shoot there. John summons Alias. So John drew a bunch of monsters, but he's got Honest in hand. And he gains 6. Now, I really like John's deck because he's playing triple Upstart and double Legacy of Yatagarasu. I'm not a big fan of Legacy of Yatagarasu, but it makes his deck a little more consistent. People think, oh, Upstart's not that big of a deal, but in a bunch of rounds, the Upstarts make a difference, and that's why I'm a big fan of John's deck. He and I talk about this deck a lot. So, okay, so John summons Stratos. He knows he doesn't have Torrential because he would have probably Torrentialed the Alias. So let's see which one he hits. Okay, so he gets the call. See, if that call to Haunted was Upstart, maybe Andy would have drawn into something better by now. It's just little cards that you have to cut, and that Upstart might have got him a hero a turn earlier. So, because right now I can tell his hand, he's got a bunch of traps. He has no hero, so I'm pretty sure he's got like Dead Sparks, Dead Hero Blast, Dead Miracles. I know this because I've played this deck a lot, and a lot of times those are the dead cards they have. So anyway, Andy takes 100 here, gains 6. And then he passes. So I have 98.79 unless I miss one of the 600s. So John hits for 18. Looks like Andy's taking the 18, I think. Yeah. And then gains 600. So John's at 10,400. And Andy sets another back row. John drew Hero Blast. So unless he drew Torrential, but it looks like John's like attack for 18. Okay, so he decides to prison the Stratos, and I get it. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want him to have heroes for Miracle. And now John's at 11,000. Okay, so Andy finally top decks a hero. This is what I was talking about with Upstart. He would have drawn that Alias a turn earlier had he played Upstart in his deck. I'm pretty sure he doesn't play it. If Eddie watches this video, he's probably going to throw Upstart in his deck. Well, Andy, the first card I would cut would be that Call the Haunted if I was you. Okay, so he sparks the Android, and then John hits him directly for 19. Alright, looks like John's got Dust Shoot, Torrential, and he's about to set. But now Andy's Miracle is live, at least. His cards finally became live. And John's going to Dust Shoot. So see, this is what I talk about. This is such a combo-heavy deck. So, so he's got Mole, Honest, which Honest and Spark and Miracle, these are all combo cards. So, this is why your deck, you got to see heroes. Like, I'd probably play Triple E-Call, Rhoda, and Upstart in this deck, and he leaves him with Honest and 2 Miracles. So here, if John has Bottomless, I definitely Bottomless 0 here, because then his other Miracle's dead, and all he has is an Honest. Yeah, you're going to lose your Alias, but he's got Hero Blast. He can get it back whenever he wants. If he doesn't have Bottomless, he's going to Torrential here. Yeah, I think Andy should have saw him. I saw him in Andy's hand. Yeah, Andy should have saw him the Torrential. Instead, he Solemn's a Hero Blast, but I'd much rather have a 0 than than an Honest. And now Andy sets the Dead Miracle that we know is in his hand. What did John draw? It looks like he drew a spell. Rhoda. He drew all 3 alias, so what does he have left? Ocean? I know some people play DD Warrior Lady in this deck, but I don't think John does. Alright, so Andy's at 14 with a Miracle, and I don't even know what that other card is. So he calls for alias. And then he deprisons, and then he sparks. Whoop, someone kicked the camera. Sparks the Ocean. And now plays a Miracle. And we don't know what he drew off of the spark, but Honest is game here. So yeah, we saw Andy. He drew the heroes a turn too late. All right, game 2. Andy's gonna go first. Let's hope he draws a little bit better this time. All right, so Andy sets. So what did he set? Does he have Snowman? Did he cite Snowman in for the mirror? Probably. John opens the Gilman. So they both open Gilman. These guys are convincing me to play only one Gilman. Alright, so John sets one. See, Andy drew a similar hand again. I see Spark and Miracle in hand. So this must be why this deck just can't seem to win. And it's these clunky hands. Also, I see Soul Release in his hand. I don't think you should side that in the mirror match. But still, like, you see Dead Miracle, and like Honest is pretty bad here if you don't have an alias. Or like if you can't summon Magical Android. Alright, so he attacks with the beefed up Gilman. And then 21 and 600. Or does... Yeah, because the Gilmans beef each other up. Is the Diva bigger than that? It might be. What is Gilman's effect? Let me go check. What does Spine Gilman say? Oh, so that's a bigger Diva. It's bigger than I thought. And Andy Solemn's the Stardust. So Andy's pretty low. He's at... And then Andy draws, sets, and then activates. Yeah, I like Soul Release in the side deck, but not in this matchup. Yeah, but still, again, Randy didn't draw any heroes, so kind of similar thing to game 1, and he MSTs the Dust Shoot. And John summons Alias, attacks. Alright, let's see if Andy can draw a hero for his turn. Also, he shouldn't have kept Dust Shoot in, and he scoops. See, I don't like Brain Control in this deck, and I don't like Trap Dust Shoot. I like Trap Dust Shoot, but he should have sided it out. But congrats to John on getting his 3rd win on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back for the next tournament. Bye, guys.